Hey watercolor friends, here's another video of 3 relaxing watercolor exercises, and this time we're also going to layer. You might remember this one, and these were already published videos, so make sure to check those out. I'll leave the links in the description box. Like the other examples, I'm going to use my cold pressed watercolor paper from Legion, and this is a block. I'm using a 12-inch ruler to mark the 4-inch and 8-inch, just so that I can create 3 equal sections. Then I'm using my washi tape to create the borders. I really like this process. Even though I'm painting to relax, I can even consider this to be a relaxing part of my routine. Oh, and there's my cat, Rocket. He's really been having fun these days. Even the preparation part can be part of your relaxing process. Sometimes we have a tendency to just get into it or quickly fast forward to the outcome or the desired result. But I think even this taping process is showing me that even this mundane task can also help me slow down and not focus so much on, just the painting, and even enjoying this process too. Okay, so I'm finishing up the taping. I'm using my Holbein watercolors, and you can see my swatching video up here. I'm using a round size 6 watercolor brush. I love using my water bottle to wake up my paints. For this first one, we're just going to paint circles, small, medium, large, and I'm starting out with really light values. So that just means that you want to have more water than paint. When your paint is really watery, you want to make sure that your brush doesn't have so much excess water either. So I like to blot my brush in between. The color scheme for this first one is going to be mostly warm colors. So I'm going to go from yellow to a yellow orange to orange, and then to like a coral color. I chose this color scheme honestly because of the paint that's just left over in my palette. So don't feel like you have to do the same color scheme. Look at your palette and see if you can just use up whatever colors you already have. You really want to take as much guesswork out of this process so that you can just relax as you're painting. Leave some space in between your circles because we're going to layer and then add more circles in the spaces between. Again, just go slowly, one circle at a time. Space them apart. It's okay if every once in a while your circle is a little bit darker. Just keep going. Don't worry about it. And as you're painting this, I'm going to remind you as well, just breathe in, breathe out. Okay, we're coming up on the end of the first layer. Before you move on to the second layer, you want to make sure that your first layer is completely dry. If it's not, you have a couple choices. You can just be patient and wait, go do another task or relax, take a nap, come back tomorrow, or you can speed up the process with a hair dryer. For me, I don't mind if it's a little bit wet and if it bleeds a little, but for the most part, I'm going to try to layer as much as I can. When I layer, I'm going to use a slightly darker value, and I'm also filling in the gaps in between my circles. I'm still using that same color scheme, yellow to yellow-orange to coral, and just taking it one circle at a time. Again, don't think so much about where to place the next circle. Just pick up the paint, bring your brush straight to the paper, and wherever it lands, that's where you paint your circle. Try not to wait or waver on top of the paper for too long, because then we start thinking way too much about it. So just place your brush directly on the paper as soon as you pick up paint. And remember to keep breathing in, breathe out. As you keep adding more layers, you really start to see the unique characteristics of watercolors. You see the overlapping areas. You're starting to see depth in your painting. And this is so unique to watercolors. Allow yourself to pause in the moment of wonder and even smile at your work. You're doing an amazing job. After about 3 or 4 layers, you're probably going to be filling in the page a lot more, so it's probably a good place to stop. Take one more breath in and out, and let's move on to the second relaxing exercise. For the second exercise, I was really inspired by starbursts, but I want to make it a little bit more abstract and use a green to blue color scheme. Just like the first one, I'm really just using the color that's already in my palette. I'm still using my round size 6 brush, and I'm starting with the lightest values again. Whenever you layer, you really want to start with the light values and then work your way to darker values. I'm going to draw and then color in 4 to 5 sided shapes. You can do whatever you want as well, but whatever you do, just take it slow. There is no race. This is not a competition. I'm going to space them out pretty far. Start with larger shapes and then work to smaller shapes. This is going to be the longest one so far because I was just having so much fun just layering and layering and layering. So you can tell that I really enjoyed this, and I hope you like this one as well. Remember to take some deep breaths in and out. What I like about doing layers is that you can always pause in between each layer and just take a break. You don't have to finish the whole thing in one sitting. Like I said, this part of the video is going to be the longest. So if you find yourself getting tired after the first couple layers, that's okay. Or you don't have to do as many layers as I did. I hope you really enjoy this one. really love how this turned out. For the last one, I'm going to use a 1/4 inch flat brush. And this is going to be a lot simpler than the other two, but we're still going to layer. I'm going to use 3 to 4 different colors. And I'm starting out just by drawing random lines in different angles and then different colors. And then I'm going to layer another color and then cross these lines. And then I'm going to finish it off with some circles. All right, I'm just about done with the line. So now I'm using my round size 2 brush and I'm going to paint some circles. I'm using the same color scheme with those light yellow, light green, light blue, and light pink. I think this is such a fun pattern. I know we're not really focused on the output or the final product, but this looks like it could be part of a birthday card or even on fabric. But anyway, I really hope that you're enjoying the process of this. And even taking a step back to kind of look at your work. And again, there might be some areas where you're like, ooh, I don't like that. I know I feel like that. I'm not saying those feelings are wrong, but when we are intentionally just trying to relax, then we have to address those feelings and remind ourselves that it is okay to mess up, right? That it is okay to not always be proud of your work, but at the same time, we should still be proud for showing up and doing our best and trying to do something that benefits us. And I think if we had that mindset with everything that we do, I feel like we would experience slightly less anxiety, have more pride in what we do, and even just be more positive and have more joy in our lives. And joy is really contagious. So I hope, if anything, that this series has really just helped you, let go of perfectionism, let go of mistakes, and really replace them with joy. Well, we're coming on to the end of our third relaxing exercise in this abstract layers edition. Oh my goodness, great job. I really can't wait to see what you've created. Let's do the tape peel and take this sheet off of the block. I love this tape peel. Seeing that crisp white border is always so satisfying. I always breathe a final big breath when I see all the tape that's off of it. Now, when it comes to removing it, I like to use my envelope knife. There's a little section in the block where it's not glued, so you want to stick your knife in there and just gently go around the entire border to separate the sheet from the block. And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're learning how to relax more with watercolors. And I know this one was also kind of like a lesson where you're learning about layering. But in the end, it's really about using watercolors to help you relax, to be more mindful, and to even learn how to play and rediscover your creativity again. If you followed along with this video and post on social media, please tag me at AudreyRodDesign and use the hashtag PaintWithAudrey. Please remember to subscribe and like this video and let me know in the comments which relaxing exercise was your favorite. Thank you and see you next time. Bye.